everyone.
Hello.
And welcome back to
Pretty Unstable.
I hope you all loved last week's episode and we hope you could relate, took some advice from us, had some inspiration from it, or just got comfort by hearing our experiences and just knowing that you're not alone and all us gals go through the same shit, really.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed recording it, to be honest.
Yeah, you're passionate about that subject, aren't you?
I'm very passionate.
I find that like interesting, you know, knowing like your story versus mine.
Yeah, very different as well. But as I was editing it, I did think at some points, God, I sound really pissed off and like so angry.
You should have seen her behind the camera.
Oh yeah, you should hear the bits that I cut out. So, should we just jump straight into it?
Yes, let's go for it.
Lillian, what is your pit and peak of the week?
So let's start on the negative because we want to finish on a high.
Okay, nice.
My pit of the week is these flies that are currently surrounding us. If you, whoever is listening right now, if you could see my frustration.
I thought you could say, whoever's listening, if you're pest control, can you come round?
Please direct message us. I'll send you my address. There's so many flies and I can't get rid of them.
It's time of year, isn't it, hun?
Yeah.
And you just said that your, what is this called? A village?
Yeah.
Your village was spreading the field yesterday, so
yeah.
That's what it is, I'm afraid.
Awful.
You don't get that in the city.
I'm a country gal. My peak is of the week. I've actually got two. I hope that's acceptable.
That's absolutely fine.
So my first one is CNN dubs last night.
Yeah. Tell us all about it. I'm so jealous.
It was so good. It was a bit chilly, but I was wearing like a little racer vest. So
right.
Probably my own fault.
Did they sound good?
So good. Honestly,
good.
They put on such a good performance.
Because it can be a bit risky with an act like that, can't it?
Yeah.
That's like...
coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously they're older now.
Do they sound the same?
Because I always listen to their songs. Like when I'm in the car, that will be my chosen person to put on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, everything I like imagined. It was so good. So worth it. So yeah. And my second peak is finishing training. Finally!
Whoop whoop!
So I'm a fully qualified, not going to give you my job title.
Oh, can you not? Would that give it away?
Yeah.
Okay. All you need to know is she is fully qualified in everything.
Oh, hello.
Wink, wink.
Get in touch.
That ties in perfectly with today's episode.
Oh, God. But yeah, so I feel...
Do you feel ready?
Yeah, I'm buzzing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, just ready to like not be in a classroom environment.
And not be like watched constantly. Yeah.
Just be left to my own devices.
Oh, I love it.
Buzzing.
Good. How do you feel being... Because with my job, I did start new with someone else, but it was just us two. Mm-hmm. So it was like we're known as the newbies.
Oh,
but you've started with quite a few different people.
Yeah, there's 8 of us.
Yeah. So does that feel a bit less daunting because there's so many new people?
And because they're like, it's so easy, isn't it, to like compare yourself to like everyone else's level is. Mm-hmm. And there is some people that are like good at doing that. It's not a very good thing, but it is easier knowing that like everyone's at a different level. Like sometimes I think like, oh my God, like I don't get this, but there's going to be someone else that also don't get it.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we're all in it together because like we've all come from
non-office.
Yeah,
or
in that industry.
In your sector.
Yeah, none of us have ever done it before.
Right, okay.
So we are all fresh.
Oh, that is nice. I guess you can look at it from two ways though, can't you? Because on one hand you're like, oh cool, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
But then also you can think like, oh shit, like we're all new to it.
We're all drowning in this boat.
Yeah. No, not like that. But I guess one good thing about me and my new job is I'm surrounded by people who've been doing it for years. So if I've got any kind of question or any issue,
that is true,
they can sort it straight away.
I mean, when we're out of training, we've got someone like our leader will be there like around our desk. Yeah. So it's not like we're not going to have an answer, but I know what you mean. It's sort of like, oh, if I go to one of the other people and be like, oh, do you know how to do this?
Yeah, they're not going to know.
Yeah.
Or they'll tell you wrong.
Yeah.
And then you're fucked.
But yeah.
So
yeah, that was my peaks of the week. Had a very good week this week.
Fabulous. I'll start with my pit as well. My pit is I'm due on my period any day.
Oh.
And it's just getting on my tits. I feel like absolute crap.
Yeah.
And I've had about a week. I normally have, so the week before I come on, I get like my mood drops. I get like irritated easily, and it's mainly like my mood swings. They're the thing that affect me first. And then about a few days before I come on is when the cramps kick in. And I was sat at my desk today and I started cramping.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, here we go. But it's just that annoying thing. I get all my biggest effects leading up to it. Yeah. And then it's almost like when I start, it's like a release. Yeah. Like for my emotions and mood anyway. Like
that's similar to me actually. It's like, oh, let it all out. Literally.
Like as you start flowing, it's like all my emotions like, oh, I feel great again.
Isn't that lead up just horrible though?
Yeah, crap. And I don't know why, but every single week, every single month, it's almost like I just forget. Yeah. And I'm like, why am I so angry?
Why do I feel like this? Yeah. Why am I being so miserable?
Why is everyone pissing me off? Yeah. So then I think, like, you just start to think like you're getting angry with everyone for no reason. But then I have to sit back and be like, Daisy, I have to go on my Flow app. Yeah. And I'm literally
need a little reminder, like, it's okay to feel
so I just need to remember next week I'll be completely fine. Yeah. But this week, avoid me. Because
okay, great.
Oh, God. Lil's in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait for this episode.
But we will get onto our horoscopes. So we're filming this in the evening. So I messaged you, didn't I, saying, read your horoscope today and then we'll reflect on it. And my horoscope is very reflective on my situation at the minute and how my period is affecting me. So
I can't wait to hear about it.
So my peak is actually quite a sweet one. I feel like Lil's gonna cry.
Oh God.
But basically about a year ago now, my great nan died. Do excuse me if I call her Big Nan, because that was my name for her.
What, Big Nan? That's every time you talk about her, I just feel like saying that. Big Nan?
Big Nan. I've just always, my whole life, I just gave her that nickname of Big Nan. I don't know why.
Love that.
My mum says it's because she had big tits. I don't know if that's the reason.
Go on, Big Nan.
It might have been because she wasn't my nan. She was my big nan. Do you know what I mean?
Like
great. So instead of saying great.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean? Because she was my grandma's mum.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll probably say Big Nan as I'm saying the story. So she died a year ago and she got to 99 and was like a few months off 100. And I remember she would say before she died, she's like, I'm not living to 100. Because that in her head, it was like being 100 is like disgusting. She's like,
my God.
She's like, I'm not living to 100. I don't want that letter from the Queen. She was like adamant.
As if.
I know. I just love that about her. So when she died, me, my mum and my grandma obviously went to her house and like started like going through her things and deciding what we wanted to keep and all that. And one of the things everyone kept, because she was obsessed with elephants. I don't know why, but her house was full of them. And I remember when I was little, whenever I went round, she had this massive black dog in the corner of her living room on a chair that I would always play with. And then all these elephants, she would just have them everywhere. So when she died, we thought it would be a really nice idea that like all the grandchildren, great-grandchildren, just everyone, aunties, uncles, everyone kept an elephant.
Oh, that's really nice.
Because she had so many of them, there was enough to go around. So I kept an elephant and so did everyone else. But one of the things my mum kept was her watch. And I remember I just saw it in her bedroom, obviously, as the year went on and just thinking like, oh, that's just really nice. And I remember her wearing it and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So anyway, a year on, they've just sold her house finally. Wow. So my dad and my granddad had to go round and clear it out, like the final bits, like the big bits of furniture and stuff. So we were on the subject of talking about her the other day, and we then went on to the subject of her watch. And my mum was like, do you want that watch? And I was like, well, are you sure? Like, because that was one of the things that she kept of hers.
Yeah, that's quite sentimental, yeah.
Even though my mum kept quite a bit, to be honest, but them two were so close.
Aww.
But she was like, yeah, you can have it. She's like, I'm not going to wear it.
Yeah.
She said, as long as, you know, it's still in the family.
Yeah.
She's like, of course you can wear it.
Aww.
So my pit of the week is being given this watch.
Peak.
Did I say pit?
Yeah. Sorry, Big Nan.
So my peak of the week was being given this watch. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just really,
No, that's really nice.
warmed my heart.
Yeah, that's such a good way to describe it.
And also what I loved, so when I got it, when I went round to pick it up, my dad was like, oh, it doesn't work. Like, I've been trying to fix it, but it doesn't.
Right.
So what I've done, because it doesn't work, I've set the time to 11:11.
Oh, I love that.
I know, because that's like for me and you,
Yeah.
like one of our numbers that we see all the time, and it means luck. So I've set the time to 11:11. So every time I look at it,
You're like,
it's 11:11. So it's like, oh, it just
I
gives
love
me that little perk.
And today, did I text you?
Yeah.
And I literally, I didn't text you at the time, but I saw the time and I was like, oh my God, it's 11:11. And I said it out loud. I was like, oh, it's 11:11. And everyone was like, oh, make a wish. They must have thought I was nuts. And I literally thought of you and I texted you, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
But do you remember the other day when we...
Oh my God, we both texted each other at the same time.
Was you sat at your desk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. And I was just on my computer and I just looked and it said 11:11.
Yeah.
So I picked my phone up.
I literally looked at my phone and I was like, oh my God. And literally,
And we text each other at the same time.
Were you sending me a voice note?
No, I just messaged you going, oh, I can't remember now. What did I message you?
Or was I sending a voice note? I can't remember, but I remember I saw you typing and I was like, no, surely not.
Yeah, it was really weird. I put 11:11, sending you all the luck. And you put, I literally was then going to text you, ha 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 ha.
What's next on the agenda?
Oh,
Horoscopes.
Horoscopes. So, what we thought we'd do a bit differently today, because like I said, we're recording this in the evening.
Friday night.
Yeah, how nice that we now weekends off. Like,
honestly,
we actually know what it feels like to have that Friday feeling. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly, every week I say to Reese, got the Friday feeling.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like not really bothered. I'm like, I have.
Yeah, because we just can't believe it. And like happy hump day.
Yeah.
We've never had a hump day.
Well, you might have.
Why?
Hump day.
Oh, right. Lil. So yeah, normally when we record, we would not look at the horoscopes until we meet, and then our first impressions are while we're recording. But I said to Lil, look at them this morning, bear them in mind as you go through the day, and then tonight we can reflect and see if any of it became relevant throughout our day. So who wants to go first?
You go first.
Okay. So mine says, notice when you can no longer tell what's personal and what's historical.
Okay.
Are you second guessing yourself? Today is tough. You can't seem to access your instinctive curiosity. There's a difference between getting over things quickly and suppressing your feelings. Whatever you do, try not to second guess yourself.
Oh.
And that is just
how you feel.
Me in general, with the whole like suppressing something or quickly getting over it. Like, it's kind of like my instinct is to suppress things and think to myself like, oh yeah, I'm over it. But no, you're not. You've just suppressed it. You haven't dealt with it.
Yeah.
And that is to do with something going on, definitely. And whatever you do, try not to second guess yourself. So again, it's like, don't suppress it. Don't tell yourself it's all good. You've got over it. It's like, you know deep down if something's not right and needs addressing. So yeah, I do get that.
Yeah.
But then at first, because I remember reading this in the morning, and the first sentence is, today is tough. So I remember thinking, like, oh great, that means I'm going to have a really like crap day. But to be honest, my day at work was fine. It was a lot, but that's because I'm still learning everything.
Yeah.
But I felt like I took it better than the other day, I would say, because I was given a lot more responsibilities yesterday. So I felt a bit overwhelmed. But I think, again, it was a mixture of like hormones and everything. Yeah. So it was like, oh God, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Whereas today, I didn't make myself feel like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, there's no point, just chill.
No, that's
like,
good.
It's fine. You can deal with it. You can deal with anything.
Yeah.
My do's and don'ts. So do angry poetry.
Oh God.
That's about right.
Yeah.
With my mood. Gnash teeth and outbursts.
Okay. Outbursts of energy. We had that when you just got here.
Yeah. And now we're knackered.
trying to swat this fly.
If you hear any
Yeah, if you hear the buzzing in the background.
or some massive slaps, it's not me beating up Lil. I haven't had an angry outburst. No, Lil's just killing flies. Don't hate watch. Dark holes. Sleep in makeup.
Right, don't sleep in makeup. Don't go down to a dark hole. You feel rough. Oh, are you thinking of another dark hole? You feel like, not rough, but like you're going through a tricky time in your lead up to your period. Don't go into a dark hole. This will pass.
That's so true, isn't it? Don't get absorbed by
Yeah.
it. Correct. I won't do that. So yeah, so I feel like that definitely, I'm getting things from that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily today, but recently.
Yeah.
That does correspond with what's going through my mind recently. So no, that's good. And it's basically just letting me know that don't suppress your feelings, talk about it. And like you just said, don't get sucked in by it. Just ignore it. Next week will be fine.
Let it pass. Yeah. Mine says, clear the decks to make room for new ambitions today.
Okay.
Pay attention to what's not being said. The best way to get through this day is to let yourself be surprised. Your intuition will take care of the rest. You can control how you use this. I feel like that first bit, the best way to get through this day is to let yourself be surprised. Like, because today was like the last day of training, I feel like we were just sort of winging it. Okay. And like this afternoon, I can't like say details, but like we done the job. Do you know what I mean? We weren't in training this afternoon. We went into
so you were proper, okay.
And I feel like that sort of resonates with that because it's like just do it.
Don't think about it. Just do it.
And I'm such a thinker that usually I'm like even before like I dealt with the first thing, I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, no, I'm not letting myself like have time.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
My do's are laundry.
Okay. Have you got to do that?
Yes.
Has that piled up?
I need to put a wash on. There's also washing hanging outside. That's been hanging outside for 2 days. But it did rain last night, so that's my excuse. I need to leave it out there to dry.
Well, that's just a little reminder for yourself.
DIY, I could make a makeshift fly swat.
Yeah,
Not
you
sure
need
out
to.
Of what.
DIY? Is it maybe something's going to break today?
Oh, great, thanks.
Oh, it's not me, it's your stars.
Okay. And negotiations.
Did you have to do any of that today?
Yeah, I guess so. Don't all-nighters.
Well, that's never going to happen for you, is it?
I was late to bed last night and early up this morning.
Honestly, it's pushing on your bedtime now, really.
Yeah, it's 6:30 as you're listening in the evening.
Lil's drifting off.
I need to get my gym jams on.
Oh, God.
Don't do self-doubt. Again.
I like that.
Was I doubting myself when I was going into that first work scenario? That I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. But I didn't do that.
Good.
And negative people.
Love that.
So, yeah, that's quite a nice one today.
Also, do you find, because I think we can say that both of our new jobs involve making calls.
Yeah.
Do you find that when you're sat there, you're about to make a call, if you sit there and think about it too much, you mess up so much, don't you?
Yeah. I have to write a whole script of what I'm going to say. Because I need to be prepared. But then as soon as something goes off script, I'm like,
you're stuck.
Oh, what do I do now?
And that's what I used to do. Like when I first started, I made a script, and before I pressed call, I would plan it all in my head and all the different things.
Say it out,
And I'd find myself being completely thrown off and being like, oh, I don't know what to say. So now I don't even think about it. I just press that button and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And it's so much better.
That's what I learnt this afternoon. Like actually doing it, I was like, do you know what? Just do it.
Yeah.
The more you think about it, the more you're going to be like,
you'll stress yourself out.
What if this goes wrong? Like, just do it. So, this episode is a juicy one.
It's a spicy one.
Spicy, that's good word. Well, yeah, might be juicy, might be spicy.
Whatever you're into, hun.
Okay. We are going into the deets of all things sex, fetishes, ICKS. and everything else we cover along the way.
Yeah,
because we like to go on a tangent.
Yeah. We've wrote a few things down that we want to mention, but it's pretty much surrounding that. I just
this
thought,
is going to be
not?
a good one.
Yeah, it is.
This is going to be fun.
And I feel like, I mean, I might be wrong, but I feel like we've not really delved into this. Just me and you.
Don't you think? I mean, there's always going to be something that we don't know.
We're definitely going to uncover things. I know that for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, to be fair, our old job, when it was me, you and the boys, we did talk about this stuff a lot. But that just feels like ages ago.
No, don't. I get upset.
No, I know.
If you're listening, we miss you.
We really do.
No, that is true. We would get into like some deep convos. But yeah, there's always something that we're going to learn.
Okay, so we're going to start with fetishes. Can't do it.
So if you're listening, if you listen to the last episode, was it the last one or the one before? We had a bit of a debate about the word chutney.
Yeah.
Chuckney, however you want to say it.
Chuckney.
And Daisy also can't say fetishes.
No, I really can't. Fetishes. Is that right?
That is right.
In my head, that does not sound right. Fetishes. Are you promising me?
I literally can see the cogs turn in your head, and you're like, you want to say an extra S. Fetishes is. That's what
my mind goes to first. Fetishes
is.
Fetishes is.
Okay, so let's go on. Well, let's go into fetishes.
Thank you,
got
Lil.
some?
Because when I give you the eyes, it means I need you to say the word.
Oh, what sort of eyes?
You're going to
Don't
get
give me
confused.
the eyes about the fetishes.
Okay, so I thought I could read out a few that are common and some that are uncommon. And we can just talk about them, give our opinions.
Yeah.
Are they maybe one of ours? Are we going to uncover
Dun, dun,
some
dun.
juicy secrets? But okay, so the first one that I think is a very common one, feet.
Oh, I knew you were going to start off with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Not a fan, Lil?
I feel like people listening are going to be like, oh, I hate feet.
No, it is common, but I don't understand it, to be honest. I don't see what is attractive about feet whatsoever.
So are we talking from like my point of view?
Well, yeah. No, Lil just gagged.
No. Oh my God, I can't talk about it. Like, I'm not,
This is going well.
You know, some people would like, I don't know, see someone with like no shoes or socks on and be like, oh my God, put your feet away. I wouldn't say that.
No, I'm not like that
but
either.
like, in a sexual
But could you suck a toe?
I mean, if I was paid a lot of money.
Well, yeah, but there's not a lot I wouldn't do if money was involved, to be honest. Like a good hefty amount.
A hefty amount? Give me a wad of cash.
But no. I mean...
Do you know what I always think? And this is really weird. In my head, I think, why am I now about to say this? Because if you're in the sexual environment, you're obviously going to have sex with that person, right?
Yeah.
You might not, but... So what I'm now about to say doesn't really make sense. But what I think with regards to feet is I just don't trust that they're clean.
Well, no.
Which is weird considering, like, you're going to have sex and... Do you know what I mean?
Oh, what, and touch their privates? Their privates might not be clean. I can't believe I just said privates.
Oh.
That's not like me, is it?
No.
Sorry, cock and fanny. That feels better.
Like, I don't necessarily think that about Reese because he's such a clean person. But still, there's something in the back of my mind that I'm like, yeah.
I just don't. It's not even that for me. I just don't. If I was having sex and I then put Scott's toe in my mouth,
no.
I think that would instantly turn me off, and I'd literally be there like, have I seriously got a toe in my mouth right now? Like, do you know what I mean? You know when you sometimes catch yourself overthinking things.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Why am I sucking his
I would be
toe?
like, what the actual hell's going on right now? Am I okay?
This might not be right, but I feel like it might be more common for men to have a foot fetish.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Because let's be honest, women's feet are more attractive than men's.
Yeah.
If you had to choose which one is better.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can paint your toenails. You can, like...
Men's
I
feet
feel
aren't
like...
nice. They don't look nice, do they?
No, they're like... They're big and... I don't even know how to describe it, but
you can't really make them look nice. Whereas, you said, ours, we can, like...
They're more
have them
dainty.
done. Yeah.
I feel like women are more likely to look after their feet. Like, if you go and get your nails done, like, they scrub all your dead skin off and like, men, they've got hairy toes. Like, do you really want that in your mouth?
Some women have hairy toes.
Do you know what? My two big toes I do have to shave them.
Yeah, me too.
But it's a
I
good
feel
thing,
like
isn't it?
everyone does. I don't feel like there's a lot of people in the world
Well-
that... Well, unless you're, like, not a hairy person. But do you know what I mean?
I've heard that if you don't grow hair on your big toe, it's because you've got bad circulation in your like
Really?
legs and feet. So it's a good sign if hair grows on your big toe, it's good.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll
Yeah.
take that. I'll shave them.
Have you ever been with someone who's had a foot fetish?
No.
No. So this one, you wouldn't think it, but it was listed under common fetishes.
Oh, what are you now about to say?
Colour. So people get
Oh.
turned on by particular colours.
Wearing a certain...
Which could mean like lingerie and stuff.
Yeah.
Men, a particular colour turns them on, or like men with red lipstick,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
or like certain colours just remind them of things. Did you hear this as well? Men get turned on by red lipstick because it reminds the man of the vagina.
Really?
Because when a woman is turned on, her vagina goes like a reddish pink. It goes darker.
Yeah.
When woman wears red lipstick, because obviously your mouth is like in kind of the same shape as your vagina. So there's something in men's heads that go...
I never knew that.
Well, obviously straight men. Not all men.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an actual thing.
Interesting.
Or if a woman wears lip gloss, it's the same thing because it gives the impression of like a wet vagina. And I learnt that from a film. You all have to watch this film. It's fucking brilliant. It's called A Guide to Second Date Sex.
Film?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Honestly, Lil, I
Let me
think
put it
I've
in my notes.
downloaded it on YouTube. I'll send it to you. It's so good. And it's all about that second date and do you have sex, do you not? And like, it's a
wow.
couple that go on a second date. And so it's really funny. But they have, I think at the start of the film, they run through a few facts about sex and dating and stuff like that, and men and women and all this. And that's where I learnt that from.
Interesting.
Would you say you've got a colour fetish? I
I'm
don't
like the
think
most
I
boring
do.
person ever.
I mean, ginger.
That's a type. I wouldn't say that's a
That
fetish.
is a
Well,
colour.
it could be a fetish.
Orange turns me on.
What if Scott's wearing orange boxes?
No.
Orange socks? And then he takes off the socks to reveal his feet?
No.
With his ginger toe hair?
No. Okay, I take that back. Oh, the next one I can't even say.
What, because you don't know how?
Belly button.
No.
No, I
Can I just say,
detest.
Reese hates having his belly button touched.
Same. I can't deal with it.
Regardless of a sexy environment or not.
No, I can't. It's
I could never imagine, like...
no, I can't.
Like, I don't feel weird about it. A lot of people do, don't they? But, like, I don't feel any type of way. But, like, I don't understand how that would, like, turn you on.
The only way I can like kind of get it is because I hate having my belly button touched, and when someone touches it, it almost sends... It's almost like, so the inside of my belly button and my vagina are connected by something, and it sends a shiver down it.
Oh.
And it makes me feel sick.
And says, no.
Yeah.
No
Denied.
way, honey.
So I don't know, like maybe that turns people on. Who knows? But you know when people do like belly button shots and like stuff like that, like just anything to do with belly buttons, I can't deal. I cannot deal.
No.
Oh, shoes kept on during sex.
Shoes?
Like heels.
Oh.
I can't really imagine like a man being completely naked and then just having like his trainers on. Socks and trainers, like...
I'd be like, take your shoes off, you
Yeah,
idiot.
weird. But then I wonder if people do that. If they really hate feet, do they make their partner keep their shoes on?
Oh, you'd just say put some socks on, wouldn't you? Oh, I don't know. People are weird, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you know though, if you keep your socks on, I'm coming through with the facts tonight. If you keep your socks on, you're more likely to orgasm.
Yeah, I have heard that before.
Can't say I know the results. Like,
No.
I've never kept track.
Well, I'm not really thinking about that.
I sometimes keep my socks on, but it will be either because I've just forgotten about the fact they're on, or because I'm actually really cold.
I never have socks on.
I used to always sleep with socks on.
No.
And then I met Scott and he was like, that's really weird.
That's so weird.
And he wouldn't let me go to sleep without taking my socks off.
Okay, bit rude.
Maybe he's got a foot fetish.
Oh my god, what did he do to your feet while you were asleep?
I don't know, I was asleep. No, I don't think he does.
No, I can't see that one. That shoe one.
Okay.
Each to their own, but...
Public orgasms.
Is this a common one? Or a non? Oh.
So you know like when couples buy like them vibrators and
Yeah.
stuff. So
And
the
they're
woman
like out for dinner.
and the man's controlling it or whatever.
No, I don't think I could get on board with that. Now, this is a tricky one, isn't it?
I get it. It's not one that makes me think like, oh, why would you do that? Like, I get it because it's like the excitement and like
It's a thrill.
the mystery,
Yeah,
and I
definitely.
get it.
I think it depends what setting. Like if me and Reese were out for dinner, no, not while I'm sat at the table.
Yeah,
You
or
know?
like some people do it like when they're around like their family's house. Do you know
Oh,
what I
no,
mean?
that
Like
was-
it's
no.
just that's a bit weird.
You're associating that with in that environment.
Yeah.
I feel I don't know if this would come under it, but like a lot of people have a not a fetish, but like they like the thrill of having sex in a public place,
Yeah.
which is quite similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or like the thrill of like being caught.
I would say if I had to pick a fetish that I have, I would say that's probably one of mine.
What, like the thrill of being caught?
Yeah. Or like, do you know what? I honestly think I wouldn't mind if someone watched.
Wow. No thanks.
That has happened to me once, but not. I didn't do it on purpose. So me and someone, we were having sex in a car park in the car.
Oh, I know what's coming.
Oh, it's quite wrong when you actually hear the next part. But basically, we like put the back seats down, and he took his parcel shelf out, which that's a bit of an ick, isn't it? I put it on the side.
Can I just say, I'll never forget when I heard this story for the first time. I've heard it multiple times since, and
It still
every time,
shocks you?
every time I'm like, surely not.
So right, let me set the scene. So it's getting a bit spicy. We're like, we've got to take this to the back seats because he was very tall. So that's the only way we could do things. He was so tall that we had to put the back seats down and take the parcel shelf out. And it was quite hot, so the windows were open, but we kind of forgot about that. So we're going at it, and I'm known for being quite loud during sex. I can't help it. So obviously my noise had attracted a crowd.
Oh God, I just know that people are going to be listening to this and their jaws are going to drop.
And I just looked out the window, and there was honestly about 10 kids around the car, all on bikes.
Poor things.
And laughing their heads off. And I'm trying to think if I don't think we was naked. I think we was just naked from the waist down, which is no, I definitely was, because I remember climbing through to the front seat because obviously we got caught, so we was like shit, and we couldn't just open the boot and get out and walk round because we had kids around us. We had to then walk. We had to crawl through the car to then get in our seats and put our belts on. It was just so awkward. And then we just sped off. And then anyway, I remember getting halfway down the road, and he turns to me and goes, "My parcel shelf." I'm like, "You're not fucking going back."
Oh my God.
And then this is a Nick. He then texts me the next day going, I went back to the car park and I got my parcel shelf back.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
That don't surprise
I
me.
would just order
But
another one. I would
my
never go back
God.
there.
The fact that you're going into that car park, wherever it was, and just picking up
A parcel
was
shelf.
it actually still there?
Yeah, he said he got it.
Kids still didn't nick it.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
know.
Oh God.
But why would you pick up a parcel shelf? Like, no one ever needs a spare one, do they?
Yeah.
We did, actually, yeah.
But yeah, that is quite common, isn't it? To like want to be caught, or like the thrill of like, oh, could we be caught?
Yeah, I think so. I think it depends who it is. When it comes to like parents and stuff, it's like,
I find
no,
that's weird.
hate that. But I guess like at my Halloween party when me and Scott went off in the toilets, like,
yeah,
that's quite a thrill because it's like people are outside, but you know,
we're in here.
yeah. So moving on to some uncommon ones. So these are just so bad. So when people dress up as babies,
No,
like you know, them men that wear
no.
diapers.
No, skip to the next one.
Okay.
Oh no, that's really, really, really giving me the
Do you know what it's called officially?
No,
Age play. Weird. I know, awful.
no, I can't.
Bondage.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Which
I'm
was
surprised that's uncommon.
yeah, but it was.
Okay.
Or it might have been like uncommon / unusual, like a bit more like a bit more freakier
different,
than.
Yeah. What is in that category?
So this is the thing. I don't mean like a little bit of handcuffs or a little bit of
You're going full hog.
yeah,
Like restraints and stuff.
yeah, like proper bondage. Like you're being tied up,
Sorry,
whipped.
no, I get claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I need to like no, I can't, because I'll feel like I'm being like
Held hostage.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that, but like
No, that's yeah.
I'd feel I'm such a scaredy cat. I'll be like,
No, but I'm the same. I feel like if I'm out of control,
yeah,
that freaks me out. I don't like it. But
I can understand why it would turn someone on, because you're like,
it's being submissive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like some people are the dominant, like to be, and some people like to be the submissive. Like,
yeah, I get it, but not for me, thank you.
have you ever been with anyone like that?
No. Christian Grey, he slid into my DMs once.
Oh God, I wish.
No, he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
All right. How'd that go?
I said no.
Untie me, Christy. I'm getting claustrophobic.
I'm claustrophobic, Darren. No, I said sorry, I'm busy tonight. Bless him. Good on him for trying. Anyway, next one.
It's called cuckolding. Cuckolding.
Do you know what it is?
It's watching your parents.
No. That also needs to skip to the next one.
Right, I've got a question for you.
Oh, God.
So, what would you rather?
Oh, I know what's coming.
Watching your parents have sex or having them watch you have sex? You have to pick one.
Can I go under the duvet?
No. You full shebang.
If I was to watch my parents, can I look away?
No, you have to watch it.
Why is there so many rules? Do you know what? I'd rather have them watch me, because I'd never be able to unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably wouldn't be able to unsee it, but sorry, mate, you're watching.
Yeah.
If you're choosing to watch, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know? But if I was to watch...
You could kind of block that out and just carry on. But speaking from experience, no. I've already walked in on my parents doing it. So, yeah, no. I've still got the visuals. I still can't get over it.
No. That's not good.
And it weren't too long ago, to be honest. But, oh well. But then I've also had my mum walk in on me. And I got over that a whole lot quicker. So, yeah, that's probably better. Oh, erotic humiliation.
What's that?
You know, like when people love being, like told they're worthless.
Oh.
And
no, I'd probably cry and be like, "Do you actually mean that?" You sensitive little soul.
And I'd end up having a fight, but like, you fucking what?
That's a bit rude.
Yeah. But no, it's the thing, isn't it? I remember seeing some kind of program. Who was that? Oh, it was her out of Love Island. What's her name?
Megan.
No, she was. So when she was in the show, she was with, who's that duo? Ken and what's his name?
Chris.
She was with Chris.
Livia Atwood.
Yes, she did like a documentary, didn't she, on like webcams and
I've seen
prostitutes and stuff.
I've never watched it.
And she met up with a girl and that was her job. She just went on webcams and spoke shit to men all day long. She got paid for it, and she was literally sat on there going, like, you're pathetic, you're worthless. That's literally what she was saying, and men were just sending her money.
That's mental, isn't it? I don't understand it. Like, fair enough, that's what you're into, but like, how?
It's got to have something to do with like inner child, doesn't it? Like, they must have gone through something when they was younger that's then made them like crave what's the word, just like abuse, like verbal abuse. So have you ever been with anyone who's had any kind of fetish?
No.
Anything that's like a bit kinky?
No.
Ever?
No. Apart from Christian Grey when he slid into the DMs, I thought, nah, I'm not the girl for you. No.
Really? So like, have all your experiences been quite vanilla then?
Are you joking?
What?
I'm like pillow princess, vanilla.
I know, but I thought you might have had one crazy night.
Hang on, let me think. No.
Not even, is Reese not into anything kinky? He gives off the vibes that he is.
What vibes does he give off? That's what I want to know. And then I'll tell you.
Not like ridiculous, but...
No. But what would you say?
I mean, he's constantly horny. Even when I'm in the fucking house, all he talks about is his cock. So I would imagine, I don't know. I can imagine he wants to be in charge in the bedroom,
100%.
which goes perfectly with
'cause I
you,
just
who
lay
doesn't
on
want
the
to do
pillow.
anything. Yeah, because him in day to day wants to be in charge. So I just imagine he'd be like that in the bedroom.
Yeah, he takes control.
What would you say then for Scott? If you
I would
never
say
if
the
you didn't know
opposite.
him,
I think you would take control.
really?
Is that not the case, or is it probably a bit of both?
Oh, it is a bit of both, but I would say it's majority him.
See, I imagine him to like not just lay there, but I can not that I'm imagining him. Sorry, Scott, if you're listening.
Don't lie. She so has Scott.
Yeah. If I can picture him like just laying there, like taking it all in, you know?
Right. What, being a bit overwhelmed?
Yeah, that's honestly, I can.
No.
Because I feel like you, like how you are as a person anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd like eat him alive.
No, do you know?
But then, like as we've got closer, I'm like, no, he's not as like sweet and innocent as he acts.
No. Oh, he's
a little dark horse.
He's gonna kill me for this.
Oh God.
A lady in the street, but a freak in the bed.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
What is that?
She want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. I said,
Yeah, yeah.
Shawty got down loose, come and get me.
If you want to see us, hear us sing an episode, you know what to
we
do.
could. We could do a karaoke episode.
No, because you know what Reese's ick
That would
is.
give him the eek. That would give him the ick. I have been with someone who had I think he must have had a fetish for shower sex. And given my history, they don't go hand in hand because we all know my shower situation. However, every time we had sex, it was in the shower. So he must have had a thing for it because it's not like he didn't have a bed, like he did, but I don't. But that was a really weird one anyway.
What, because of like the water and like the steam, or
I don't know. Maybe.
Must be. Well,
or it's just like some people just find that a sexy scenario, don't they?
Yeah.
Whereas I don't in particular. Like,
no,
I just want to get in and out quick. Like, I ain't got time.
And if I'm not washing my hair, don't get my hair wet.
Literally. Oh my God. Right. This is so embarrassing. So I went round his because we was going to go on a date. Obviously spent hours getting ready, straightening my hair. We then ended up in the shower having sex. My hair gets wet, like completely wet.
Oh no.
And if you know me, like my hair naturally is quite wavy and like I've got a lot of hair. So it just became this massive bush on my head. We then had to go out on a date.
No,
obviously I didn't bring straighteners or nothing because I didn't think that was going to happen.
And you often have your hair down, don't you? Whereas I I'm in a bun all the time.
Yeah,
so for me, I'd be like, oh, I'll just put it in a bun.
But I didn't have a hairband, nothing.
Oh,
I didn't take anything with me.
Fuming.
Yeah, it was really, and like for me, who's like Little Miss Organised, like you just know I would have planned out getting ready and everything to now be literally soaking wet. Like my perfume would have come off, my deodorant would have come off. Do you know what I mean? Like
that's threw everything out the window.
And I was fuming probably.
Yeah. I'm surprised you proceeded with the experience.
I'm surprised I even proceeded with him really. It didn't happen for very long. That was literally like met on Tinder and hooked up a few times. That was it.
I thought you meant the actual sex didn't happen for long.
Oh,
probably not that either.
No, I can't even remember. This was years ago.
So, Daisy.
Yes.
Tell me. I'm asking you this because I don't really have any like embarrassing or traumatizing, maybe is the right word, like sex experiences.
Oh, hun.
But
where to begin?
Go on. What's your worst?
I mean, I did have a very bad experience with one of my ex's best friends. Which
it's already starting off on a good foot.
Yeah. So basically, when me and my ex broke up, I went on a bit of a hoe phase, but because I could. Yeah. And I thought, I'd only ever been with one person, so fuck it. Let's just go out and...
Now's your time.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
But I remember at this particular time, my ex did something that really pissed me off. So I was like, right, do you know what? I'm going to piss you off. And
get revenge,
at the time, one of his best friends really fancied me. And I remember whenever we'd go out, he would try and come on to me. And even when we was together, he would try and come on to me.
Oh,
so,
wow.
some sort of friend he was. But
Yeah.
Anyway, I found myself in a club with him. He was all over me, and I was like, okay, this will do. Opportunity, so yeah, whatever. And I was so drunk. So basically, I just remember we got in a taxi, and we shared a taxi with quite a few people. And my friend at the time said, apparently, the whole taxi ride home, I was saying the most filthiest stuff.
That does not surprise me.
Like
one
to
bit.
him and everyone. But I honestly can't remember. All I remember in the taxi on the way home is like making out with him. I can't remember saying anything.
God.
But like, honestly, I was in that bit of like, you know, when you black in and out and like you just can't remember things.
Oh.
Yeah, so this was like 4 o'clock in the morning. So this was like once the club had shut.
Oh.
And I remember pulling up to my house and walking up the drive, and I could see that my living room light was on, completely forgetting that my dad literally gets up at like 4:30 to go to work. Because, you know, like when you're on a night out, you don't even think about what the time is.
No.
So like I'm walking up to the house, I'm thinking, fuck, like he's literally awake. Like I can't sneak past him. But luckily at that house, I think, have I already mentioned this? I don't know. But we basically converted the garage into a bedroom.
Yeah.
So it was known as like the shag pad back then, because that's where
that's
all my...
the done thing.
Yeah. So I like shoved him down the alley. I was like, just wait here.
Oh God, I bet he thought, hello.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen to me.
I thought it was his lucky day. Oh, I fucking wish. Anyway, so I went into the house to get the key for the garage. And my dad was there, so he was obviously like, hi, how was your night? And all this. I was like, yeah, really good. I said, oh, God, my friend, I'm not going to say her name, had a really bad night, had a bust up with her ex. So we're staying in the garage, because I made out, because I had to think of an excuse of why I'm now sleeping in the garage for a random reason. Yeah. So he was like, oh, okay, yeah, well, let me know if you need anything, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, we'll do. Go in the garage, you know, start, you know, sorting things. And, he stood there and he goes, can I have a glass of water?
Oh, bless him.
And I'm like, what? A glass of water? Like, no, like, come on. There's a reason why we're here. Let's get on with it.
I love that you said no.
I was like, well, no, come on.
Just hurry up and get out of my garage.
Yeah. And I was like, why do you need a glass of water? He's like, you know, I just need one. I was like, why? He's like, because I have to take the pill. And I was like, sorry? Oh. At what point did you think, maybe I should let her know? But basically, if you don't know, it was Viagra. So I, like an idiot, instead of just like shutting this all off and realising that can only go downhill, I went inside.
Well, you don't know. Because...
yeah, but also I didn't really fancy him that much. It was like this whole situation was just messy. And as the night progressed, I was getting more and more sober. Like there was points during it I thought, Daisy, just stop, but I just didn't, because it's like, well, I'm already in this. Like, do you know what I mean? But anyway, like an idiot, I went into the kitchen and got him a glass of water.
Bless him, he was parched.
Yeah, I thought, oh God, from all that dancing you've been doing all night, bless you, you're parched. All them shapes you've been cutting. Right. So I go in, give him a glass of water, he takes the pill. So... I just remember just stripping off, thinking, right, let's just get this shit done.
I can literally imagine you stood there, take your clothes off, and you're like,
ready? Yeah, come on. The sun is rising. Bear in mind, I had work the next day as well, and it must be like 5 a.m. at this point. I've got to be up in like an hour, 2 hours.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, we sort of just laid there in bed, and I just kept going like, are you ready? And he was like, no. And it's like, well, are you ready now? No. Thinking like, oh my goodness, like, is there something I can do? Like, just come on.
Take another one?
Yeah. But no, basically nothing arised. And yeah, it was just a dreadful experience. And so, yeah, it was over in a flash. Anyway, I then just remember waking up and he was like, bear hugging me like from behind, like full on spoon, and I'm thinking, fuck, like, no, that's just not appropriate. So I was like, okay, get off. I was like, right, I'm gonna go inside.
Morning, but no, thanks.
Morning, no thanks, bye. I said, I'm gonna go inside, get ready for work. I said, can you just get dressed and be ready, because we'll have to go straight away. I go inside, my freaking mother and father are in the living room and they're like, hi, like, how's your friend? Is everything all right? So I had to be like, yeah, she's all right. I said, you know, like, she just had to stay over because she was really upset. And I had to carry on with this lie.
Yeah, of course.
Went upstairs, got ready, come down. And it was just my mum in the living room. So I was like, right, here's my opportunity. I went, Mum, I've got a boy in the garage. I said, you need to distract Dad so I can just get him off the driveway and get to work. Yeah. She was like, I can't believe you lied to us and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, whatever. Can you just help me?
Yeah. This is no joking matter. I need this boy
this
out.
is serious. This is like, what's it called? This is like an army mission. Like, help me out. Anyway, I then go into the garage. He's still in bed, still naked. I'm like, can you hurry up and put your clothes on? So he did. And then I like went through the alleyway. It was like, it's like a spy movie. I was like checking each corner, like, can they see me? We then rush in the car, get in. And I just remember sitting in the car and looking up. My mum and dad are in the living room window waving us goodbye as I'm like reversing down the drive, and I'm just like, kill me now. And so obviously my mum had like grasped me up to my dad and gone, she's got a freaking boy in the garage, like, let's go embarrass her.
That's just awful. Did he see your parents?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like I had to reverse down the drive, the window was there. And then the worst thing was when I dropped him off, he like the way he acted with me, it was like that was the best night of his life.
Oh.
I don't understand why. But he was like, oh, last night was great. Like, let's meet up again.
Maybe
and
he was in love with you.
I mean, it's very understandable, but
okay.
That weren't my best performance. Do you know what I mean? Because
He'd probably pass out if he got your best one.
I didn't have a lot to work with. But anyway, God bless his heart. No, he was really sweet boy, but that was just a really bad experience. And it serves me right, really, because I did it to get revenge and it didn't really work out.
Yeah. You think the grass is greener, but the grass is greener where you water it.
All right.
Not saying you should have watered it with your ex.
Well, maybe if I'd watered it, it would have grown a bit more.
Hey! But
But yeah, that's kind of my worst experience. If you had to give someone some advice who's maybe having a bit of a bad time in the bedroom or keeps having these experiences reoccurring, what kind of advice would you give to like keep things a bit spicy?
I was going to ask some questions, but I feel like you're going to be like, nope, just what would you advise?
Why?
I was going to say, like, like, you mean like with a partner? See?
Yeah.
I'd say, like, if you need, I think, like, if it's a bit, like, plain, or you're a bit like, oh, it's the same thing that happens every time.
You're getting a bit bored.
Don't be afraid of, like, using things. So whether that be, like, toys or dressing up or, I don't know, doing it in different places. Like, if you try the thrill of being caught. Yeah. Because I feel like there's such a... Is there a stigma around it?
I think there's a stigma definitely with toys.
Yeah. And people are afraid to be like, oh, is it only me that feels like this? Like, what if he doesn't?
Or is it only me that needs toys in order to get off? But no.
I think just be like being honest with the other person and just be like, have a chill conversation. Just be like, how do you feel about if we introduce toys or whatever? Like, we can look at the options together. Like, do you know what I mean? There's not one of you in this.
No.
If you're in a relationship, or no matter what you're in, like, if it's like a friends with benefits situation, there's two of you in this, you know?
Yeah.
And if they can't respect that, you know?
Yeah, then it's not meant to be. But also, trust me, if you're with a man and you make a suggestion, trust me, he'll be up for it.
Yeah.
There's nothing
that's probably
straight
quite
men won't
sexy
do.
to a man. For a woman to be like, should we try
Let's
this?
spice it up.
Yeah.
They're like, all right.
Literally, that's all it takes. You don't need to sit them down and be like, I'm unhappy in the bedroom department.
No,
just literally be like, what do you think about this?
Or just do it.
Yeah.
Just turn up in a sexy set.
Turn up to their front door. Oh, hello. I'm here to see your son.
Ding dong.
Sexy maid
It's
is
a bit nippy
here.
out here. Can I come in?
Nippy.
Or do you know what also I think is a good bit of advice? So if you're someone who's like, oh, I really want to like spice things up or do something nice for him, but I'm a little bit shy, like I feel a bit self-conscious, blindfold him.
Do you know what? That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
That's so good, actually.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people will be like, that's such a good idea. You wouldn't think about doing that.
No.
I'm not self-conscious, especially like not with Reese, but sometimes I'm a bit like, oh no, like I'm an awkward person, you know?
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh no, don't.
You're
something.
overthinking it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a really good tip, actually.
Yeah. I do it when I'm not looking my best.
Yeah, and then he ain't got to see you, but also his senses are heightened.
But like, yeah, if it's like hair wash day is due soon, or like I'm just feeling a bit bloated,
Yeah.
or
Let's cover your eyes up.
yeah, I'm like, oh, let's just pop that over,
Yeah.
all right. But no,
I
if
like
you
that, though.
or if you want to try something new, like if you've learned a new technique or something, and you're a bit like, oh, like I want to try it, but what if I fuck up
Yeah.
or whatever? Literally blindfold him. He can't see a thing. Trust me, he'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about having them eyes on you. You
Yeah,
can just
definitely.
let go, do it, and you'll feel amazing
I love
after it.
that. That's such a good tip.
Do you know what I find? Not just necessarily in the act and in the bedroom. If you do like send like a little saucy text here and there, like especially when you're both at work, so you're not in the same room, but like just let them know of something that's going to happen later, or I'm thinking of you, or you know, just send in that little
Get the
juices
feelers
flowing
out there.
Or for me anyway, the thing that like turns me on is when, not necessarily when Scott is like, you know, this is going to happen and this is like when he sends things like more romantic things.
Yeah.
For me, that gets me like, oh, do you know what I mean? Like,
I love him. I want him.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
know
when
what you
he's
mean.
like, literally just sends me like, I really love you, or
See how simple it is?
thinking of, oh yeah, fucking tell me about it. Like thinking of you, or all that, like just little things that make me think, oh, bless his heart. Get in my bed.
See, that's it.
Yeah,
Take our advice.
Men, that's all you've got to do.
Yeah.
Buy me
listening.
flowers. £3 from Tesco. Do you know what I mean? That will get the juices flowing.
Okay.
Make me a cup of tea. That will get the juices flowing.
Wow, I hope Reese isn't listening, because he'll be like, I make you a cup of tea every morning, Lil.
Yeah, to be fair, not Reese. Scott will be saying that because he don't make me one every night, but he does occasionally when I have to literally beg him. But yeah, oh, that'll be the next thing, won't it? He'll then be like a dog on heat whenever he makes me a cup of tea.
Dog on heat.
Right, let's finish with some ICKS.
Oh.
Lil's favourite subject.
Have we got enough time?
Oh, I don't know. You've probably got a long old list, didn't you?
Yeah. Are we going straight in?
Yeah, go on.
My number one ick,
Yeah.
gives me the ick even saying it. Shoe choice.
I knew you were going to say that. It's the first thing you notice.
Yeah. Which
So-
it's going to make me sound like such a snob. But that is, I will look at shoes first before anything.
Mm-hmm. You always have.
I don't know why.
You look at shoes first. I look at hair first. So, of course,
You're looking
literally
out for
the
a ginger.
opposites. Yeah, of course. Of course.
I think, like, I feel like people listening are going to be like, is it a case of, like, if they've got really dirty shoes on? It's not so much that. Obviously, like, you'd like them to be clean because take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But it's more of, like, the shoe choice.
So, give me some that would be like, no.
Well, what about if it was, like, my dream man, like Aston Marigold, for example?
So, you're telling me Aston could rock up in any kind of shoes and you would say yeah?
100%. So I was going to say, for example, loafers, right? Loafers on a man, I just can't. Aston in loafers,
Really?
yes.
I mean, yeah, to be
The
fair.
shoes can come off.
Okay, let's not do that. So, it's just regular men. It's not your crush.
Yeah, loafers. Do you know what? This is really weird, but I used to always think and get the ick about like Birkenstocks on a guy. But now I love it when a guy wears Birkenstocks.
Yeah, so do I.
Because I think they look so cool.
Yeah, or it depends what they wear with them.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
But no, they can look really cool.
I feel like the aesthetic of like Birkenstocks with like linen trousers with like a
Yes.
crop, like maybe a tapered leg.
Do you know who pulls off Birkenstocks?
Who?
The best is Connor Swift. That is a
Yes.
man
That is exactly what I'm describing.
who can pull
Like,
off
with what he's
a
wearing.
pair of Birkenstocks. Like, wow. I mean, he's created by the
incredible
gods anyway.
yeah.
But
what else?
like flip-flops. That
Yeah.
was when I was asking my sister like what her ex wear, and she was like flip-flops. In any scenario,
Yeah.
she's like a man in flip-flops.
Like sliders, I don't get the ick, but like the actual flip flop.
The bit between the toes.
Do you know what I
Flip-flops.
just think about is when they
Flip-flop.
they like pick their foot up and like their toes like clench. Do you know what I mean? No, next. I can't. Do you want me to go through all mine? Okay. This might be on your list.
All right.
Walking back after his turn in bowling.
That is on my list. No, on my list, I just put bowling. I can't deal with bowling. Anything to do with bowling. Him putting his fingers in them holes. Him walking up holding a ball. Throwing
Swinging
them.
it.
Swinging his leg back. I can't deal.
Swinging his leg.
I hate bowling.
That's when
I
you know
hate
he's a
it.
professional, when he swings his leg back.
That's
gets
what Scott
the-
does. Like, you can imagine. He
He's
treats every
competitive,
sport
yeah.
like he's in the Olympics.
No, but to be fair, that's an ick for any person, for me, walking back after your turn. I get the ick about myself doing that.
It's awful.
What? Why is it so awkward?
Because you know everyone's staring at you. And
then you've got to look back to be like, oh, what score did I get?
Yeah.
No.
It'll be like, oh.
No, thanks. Long, dirty nails.
Yeah.
Fair enough if a man wants long nails, right? With a bit of length on them.
No, I
No,
can't.
not saying I will agree with it, but like, if that's what you want to do, fine.
Keep them clean.
Yeah.
And
If you're going to have them long, go to a bloomin' nail salon and have a manicure.
get them looked after.
But no thanks, not for me. And my last one, I mean, there's many others, but these are my big ones.
Big ones, yeah.
Is loud chewing and mouth open chewing. I honestly would
that's bad.
strangle him.
That's bad. What about talking?
What,
when
while he's
eating?
eating? No.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
If looks
Have
could
some
kill right
manners.
now.
Honestly, the amount of times where like, not like Reese doesn't do it often, but sometimes like if we're eating, like when we've come home from work straight away and we're like back and forth chatting, I'm so conscious that like I'll finish my mouthful, whereas sometimes he'll like quickly answer something and I literally look at him like, you're disgusting. Finish your mouthful before you start talking to me.
Oh, God.
I know, I'm a bit bossy. But I feel strongly about it.
Fair enough, hun. We all have our icks, and they're yours, and I
Yeah.
respect that.
So basically, you can't do much, to be honest. Don't wear flip-flops whilst you're bowling.
Well, that's not
whilst
allowed
eating
anyway,
nachos,
so that's
chewing
fine.
with your mouth open.
So I, of course, had bowling on there. I can't deal with that at all.
No.
Hate it. A big one for me is burping.
Really?
Yeah. Fart all day long. It's fine. Obviously, in the moment, it makes me angry, but I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Burping, I cannot deal with. If it's like an unexpected one and it's like, oh, yeah, sorry, that's fine. But when men purposely burp and make it loud and elongated, why the fuck have you just done that?
Oh, she's getting angry.
I am getting angry. And Scott does it all the fucking time and it fucks me off.
Oh
I
my God,
hate
I'm actually
it.
getting a bit scared.
And like when people are eating and then they burp while there's food in their mouth.
Oh, no.
Like, what?
How's that even possible?
And then
Eat
you
your
then
food
swallow
and-
that food. No, I can't. I know. I just hate burping. I hate it. And that does genuinely turn me off.
Oh, I thought you were going to say turn me on.
No, it really does. Like, no. I now don't fancy you. That's gross.
Yeah. Poor Scott.
You're going to love this one.
Oh.
Velcro wallets.
Oh, no.
Isn't that bad? Imagine being on a date and he whacks out a Velcro wallet. Don't worry, babe. I got this.
Sorry, did you get that from Christmas from your nan? From Big Nan? Bless
Big
her,
Nan
rest
came
in
through
peace.
with the Velcro
Velcro wallet.
Do you remember at our old job, one Christmas, we were selling Velcro wallets? People actually bought them.
Yeah, they do. People out there have a Velcro wallet.
No,
Why? For
that's
extra security.
Unless you're like 6 and
It's your first
it's
wallet.
your first ever wallet that you take to like
No.
youth club every week.
Do you know what I think? Who even has a wallet nowadays?
Yeah.
Like Reese has had a card holder for so long. You know? He's got his driving license, card.
Well, yeah, you just
like-
don't have cash anymore, do you? Or just your phone. Literally, that's all you need nowadays.
I never take my card holder out anymore.
So would you say then a man having a wallet still would be a bit of an ick?
No, because I think if it's like a leather wallet and they're like
That's
paying
quite sexy, isn't it?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like, what a gent. He's bougie.
Yeah.
He's rich.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the leather. But a leather wallet is sexy.
Where he's like getting it out, slipping his card out.
Flips it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so true.
But no, not a Velcro one. Thank you. Goodbye.
No. That's tragic. Or like Velcro shoes. Anything to do with Velcro.
Sorry, how old is the person you're dating?
No, I've never experienced
They've
it.
got Velcro shoes. I can't even picture
Harry
what
Styles
Velcro-
in a Velcro shoe.
Yeah.
Aston in a Velcro shoe.
Yeah. Why not? Right. Here's what you need to understand.
Okay.
Sometimes I can see past the shoe. If they're...
Famous, rich and gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay,
As
fair
long as
enough.
they've got a lot of money, I don't mind.
That's the thing. I compare all my icks to Channing Tatum because I think he quite possibly might be my overall like celebrity crush of all time.
So Channing Tatum in Velcro shoes. He'd pull it off.
He probably could, couldn't he?
Imagine him doing a Magic Mike dance and like slowly ripping the Velcro.
I might do that face for like a minute, but then as soon as his top's off, I'm like, yeah, happy again. I've
His
forgotten
top's
about the
probably already
Velcro.
off.
Yeah. Or like Channing bowling.
No, yeah, but he'd make
Okay,
that look
I could
cool.
watch him bowl. I'm not bowling with Channing. I
Why?
would sit and drink and have a merry old time. I'm not. That's embarrassing.
Well,
I hate bowling.
I don't think he'd go on a date with you if you're not even going to bowl with him. Why would he want a girlfriend like that?
Excuse me? Because I'm just amazing.
I mean, yeah, girl power and all you are, but Channing, if you're listening,
Oh, Channing.
don't take her bowling.
No, don't. Just take me like somewhere really rich and high end.
But don't get your Velcro wallet out.
No. Oh, can you imagine?
Velcro shoes and a Velcro wallet.
Yeah, that's too much. I would have to be like, Channing, come on, you're better than this. Come on.
What's happened?
If you've got a whole wad of cash in that Velcro wallet, buy yourself a new wallet, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, maybe they're waiting for Christmas. Big Nan to come through with a leather wallet.
Upgrade.
This was juicy.
That was a juicy one.
It
Again,
was.
I feel like you've uncovered a bit more about us.
Every episode goes by and everyone knows everything about our lives.
Oh,
The stories.
And then I have to whenever I go home now, my mum and dad we got like 5 minutes into your episode, we had to turn it off because of all the stories I'm bloody revealing. They can't listen to this one anyway. I'll pre-warn them because no, just too much.
Put a disclaimer at the start.
My mum, when I first told the shower scene story, she was like, I had to turn it off, it's too much.
Oh, God.
I know. I was like,
Bit
but
prude.
it was like, I didn't even go into detail, Mum. I just said how I
Yeah.
fainted in the shower whilst having sex. I was like, I didn't go into detail. She's like, no, can't, no.
Okay, fair enough.
Should we do our little quote?
Let's do it.
Do you want me to do mine first?
Yeah.
Okay, so mine isn't so much a quote, it's a song lyric.
Okay,
But-
nice.
So basically, there's a album by Miley Cyrus, her newest one. And when it first came out, I was obsessed with it, listened to it every single day. But then I went through a little phase of not listening to it until recently I've started again. And there's one lyric in one of her songs that every time I hear it, I'm just like, genius.
Genius.
So I'll
Go
say
on.
it first and then I'll explain it. So the lyric is, am I stranded on an island or have I landed in paradise?
That's deep
Yeah,
when you think about it.
because what I get from that is like you can look at life as two. You can look at situations in two different ways.
Yeah.
Like take a situation like being stranded on an island. Like, am I stranded on this island and like in the middle of nowhere, got no one around me, like I'm on my own and panic? Or have I landed in paradise where I'm not surrounded by anyone? There's no negativity. I'm on my own. I'm independent. And I'm on an island. Like, hello?
That's quite moving, you know.
Yeah. So I use that kind of in my day-to-day life. I think, so a situation will happen and I'll think, right, am I stranded or have I landed in paradise with this scenario?
I love that.
Thanks.
My quote is, please don't ever stop doing things that make you feel happy and alive. Bit of a cringe one, but I feel like when I see like little quotes like that and like they pop up on my phone or like see them on Instagram when I'm just like flicking through in the middle of the day, I'm like, that's the reminder I needed.
Just a quick little
don't stop
reminder.
doing things that make you feel alive. Live for this, you know?
But even like the small things
that
just brighten up your day and make you feel happier. And
it's so easy to like get caught up in like everyday life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like even this morning, I feel like I have been in quite a good mood today. Like this morning, I never take a flask to work, but they've got like tea, coffee, hot chocolate and stuff.
Yeah.
And this morning I was like, I'm going to take a flask today and I'm going to have a nice little cup of tea in the morning. Aww. Something so simple that like everyone else would be like, oh, I take a flask every day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to me, that's like...
But that made you happy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is nice, having a little cup of tea.
Oh, you're so cute.
The little things.
I love that.
Don't take much to make me happy.
But thank you, everyone, for listening once again.
Yeah, as always.
Yeah.
Hope you loved it.
We hope you're loving these episodes. We are loving making them. And honestly, if you've got any suggestions of topics or just anything you want us to talk about, let us know. You can let us know on our Instagram. You can comment on our YouTube videos. Email us. Like, all our information is always on every bio or shared on our stories. So just please feel free to give us a little message. Okay, love you all. Thank you so much for listening and we'll see you next week. Bye.